I don't like to just like sit, and then I feel like I'm so like stiff.
And you are, because every time I look over, you're like, you have both arms on, and you're like...
It's like gripping.
I'm like, relax over there. Take a breath.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Two Idiots Review. I'm Caleb.
I'm Hannah, and it is Shehulk, episode 5.
Oh geez, I was gonna say episode 4.
Mean, green, and straight poured into these jeans. That's a terrible name for this. I don't know what's going on in the episode, but I already hate the title.
I know they have a lot of like episodes to name, but their Marvel's naming of stuff has not been great as of late.
But yeah, so we'll see. Well, what's going on with this episode. Titania, whatever her name is.
Finally making a comeback.
Making an appearance. We haven't really seen much of her, even though I thought she was supposed to be the villain. I guess not.
Here's hoping that this episode is the one that, like...
gives us Daredevil and...
Well, I mean, that would be nice. But also just kind of, like, seal the deal on being like, okay, like...
Yeah.
I agree that they should make this show, because so far I'd be like, yeah, I don't know, like maybe they didn't really need to make this show.
Yeah. But, yeah, so say look.
This woman, Titania, has trademarked my name.
Well, that's dumb. Why would you let her do that?
I didn't let her, Chet.
Shehulk. Instead of like female, it's Shehulk.
That's so bad. That's worse than She-Hulk.
She's literally selling snake oil. I want you to stop and take all of this down. What seems to be the issue? You're using my name.
It's so weird that
your
that's
trashy
Tahani, because
product.
there's like
And you're suing me?
just not an ounce of Tahani in there.
It's mine. Excuse me.
So they don't have her accent.
I know.
You know my price. Return favor. Plus interest.
Done.
Okay.
Will you stand in line with me waiting for a sneaker drop? The Iron Man 3s are coming out and they're for custom.
Why do you need 2 pairs?
One to rock and one to stock.
That's right. You always gotta buy 2.
That you collect shoes like that.
I'm not gonna brag.
The Iron Man 3s.
I do have some pretty rare limited editions that I got.
Are they like nanotech, so you'd step on them and like the shoe forms around your foot?
For the superhero stuff.
This is a boba cafe.
This kind of hustle.
Okay. What do you need? Got everything. America Shield, Thor Hammer, Avengers T-shirt.
This says a bond.
This is merchandise.
I got Avengers.
Why are the Hulk purple?
Because it's copyright.
We don't want bootleg stuff, okay?
I mean, that would be me. In the background. Like,
Yes, of course. I want to complete the ensemble.
How does Cap do that?
it says Avengers. I have Avengers.
Avengers.
Iron Man's suit is more yellow than red. We've got a purple Hulk.
Hi. I want
Ginger
to
Thor.
With a shovel. Now I want that shirt.
I know. I'm sure it'll be for sale somewhere.
Titania referred me.
I mean, if they don't sell it, that'd be stupid because a lot of people like me would actually buy that shirt.
Nice suit, Shrek.
All rise. Court is now in session.
It's funny because everyone was saying that Hulk and She-Hulk was Shrek and Fiona after the first episode.
Frivolous suit.
My client clearly stated that she is She-Hulk.
This is just one instance. Can you prove a pattern of Miss Walters' personal use of the name?
Yes, Your Honor, we
My dating
definitely
profile.
have to present.
You better, otherwise I'm inclined to side with the defendant.
A lawyer.
She's a lawyer.
Lawyer.
That's so cute. I love that. That's so cute for her. This one. Thank you.
This is a waste of my time and my talents. Please get out.
Okay, but she needs a suit.
Was that like Thor's armor?
Jen
It looked like armor, then it had like a big gut on it.
I know. I noticed that the stomach.
Lady lawyer,
No touching.
we should we should reconnect soon.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
She was gonna be a witness that she was being called She-Hulk before.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Every single one of those dates is a corroborating witness. This is how I win this case.
By parading all the questionable men that you dated in front of a courtroom. Embarrassing.
Yeah.
As you can see in the About Me section, my client wrote, and I quote, "mean, green, and straight poured into these jeans." question. What are you looking for?
Would you have gone on the date if She-Hulk had instead presented as Jennifer Walters?
Look, I don't mean to be rude, but no.
She's like, you know what? Still like another person.
Here, try this.
Thank you.
Oh, I like it.
Of course you do, because I'm a genius. I made you a little something extra.
Oh, wow. I don't know that I'll really have an occasion.
Just say thank you, Jennifer.
Thank you.
Hello? This shouldn't be left out in the open. Tinsley, does client confidentiality mean nothing to you?
Next episode.
Oh, weak.
So he's getting a custom new suit. That's.
Why isn't he going back to the guy who made him the original suit?
The chainmail suit.
What?
It had like chainmail and stuff built into it, so he like, you know, if he got like stabbed and stuff, it wasn't.
Oh, like maybe, I don't know. But I mean, yeah, but why didn't he go back to the guy who Fisk had made his special armor? Like, you know, the guy who made that suit. Like, why is he cheating on someone else? So I was like, oh, like who's it gonna be? And then it was just like
the yellow helmet. Oh man, I'm gonna let you go first.
I mean, I like this episode. I thought this might. I mean, I liked the first episode, so I feel like that one was probably with Bruce and everything. I feel like that one probably still is my favorite so far. But I feel like this one might be a close second. This one, you know, had a little bit more of a you know, that court kind of feeling, whereas I feel like some of the other court cases, like the whole magic thing with Wong, like, I don't know, that felt a little too comical and jokey to be like a realistic, like, kind of court setting. The Abominations court, I guess, was fine. But I don't know, this one kind of felt like more, you know, like an actual, like, kind of like court, you know, proceeding, and there was, you know, interesting, like, you know, way she had to find a way to, like, you know, win the case and all that. The only thing I kind of wish that they would have done in this, I would have set it apart from any other property they've done so far, is that if there was some kind of, like, overarching court case that she was working on, you know, something that, you know, she's kind of working on every episode, and then all the other, you know, storylines are kind of tying in and out of it, and we're kind of learning about her and the other characters while she's trying to work on this big, you know, case, and have it be something of significance and importance, and not these, like, stupid little, like, jokey kind of court cases. Like, you know, I mean, this one was kind of cool, but at the same time, I'm like, it was a court case about copyright over She-Hulk. Like, it's not really all that, like...
Yeah, I mean, they could have built up to, like, the Blonsky, like,
yeah,
trial.
they could have made that one, and, you know, made it a little bit more serious and a little bit longer, and have it be like, you know, have there be a little bit more, like, conflict and a little bit more, you know, tension and stuff involved in all that, if they wanted to go that route with that one. Or they could have just come up with another case altogether, or, you know, make it almost like a, you know, a part of like a mystery or something. Like, you know, maybe someone, you know, if they didn't want to do the Abomination for the entire season, like, they could have had, you know, maybe a superpowered person got framed for something they didn't do, and now she's representing them and trying to, you know, prove their innocence, and, you know, kind of have this, you know, more interesting, more mystery kind of case that she's working throughout the entire show, and have it resolved in the final episode, versus having all these little one-off kind of court cases that are just kind of like, eh.
Well, like, there hasn't even been, like, that many court cases.
No, there hasn't been. There's been, like, 3.
Yeah, I was like, she's supposed to be, like, the head of, like, the superhero division, and, like...
And maybe they're setting up to do that in the future, but, I mean,
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen that even now, and get to know her as a character through this court case, and through, you know, obviously, you know, they can show other things. I mean, you know, it doesn't have to be solely about the court case, but, you know, so far there's no, like, real arc to the story, and I feel like that's what's really missing to drive the narrative forward, is that kind of plan for the entire thing, and not just a bunch of, like, you know, little inconveniences that she has to figure out.
Yeah, I mean, like, is the plan for her to be a superhero, or is this just gonna be her? Like, because if the plan is for her to be a superhero, you know.
No, I think it is. The plan is to make her a superhero because he handed her the second thing.
Yeah,
and she was like, "I'm never gonna need a situation for this." I mean, that's her superhero outfit.
I'm sure it is. Yeah,
so they are planning on setting her up
so
for
I'd like
that.
to see a little bit more of that kind of, where we're kind of, this little tiny bit was like a little instance, but like I'd like to see a little bit more of
crime fighting.
Well, not even necessarily crime fighting, but just something that's. If that's what they're going to build to. I mean, you did kind of see in the court case that when, they were like, oh, She-Hulk, we love She-Hulk, blah, 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 blah. I think she was
seemed
kind
to
of...
she liked it, but then she didn't like that people didn't like her as herself.
Yes, but I think she's like, still trying to come to, terms, and I think that was like helping her just to kind of be like, oh, I'm She-Hulk. Like,
and it's a nice juxtaposition to the Hulk, whereas people liked Bruce, but people didn't really like the Hulk because he was a raging monster.
Yeah.
Whereas this is kind of the opposite, where people love She-Hulk, and then they're like, oh, Jennifer Walters, like, man, like whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm disappointed we didn't get to see the clothes. Like, we built up to this whole thing, and then they were just like, no, we're not going to show it.
You're gonna get it next episode, where she's finally not going to wear ridiculous suits that are either too big or even as She-Hulk, like it's still just it's not even like even too small, like it still just like doesn't fit properly,
like ill-fitting business suits.
So it'd be nice to have her in proper fitting clothing, and also maybe a superhero outfit
that she wears underneath. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know where I would rank this episode as so far. I think I said I liked the last one like really well, but then I forgot about the Blonsky episodes, and I did really like those episodes. So I don't know. I mean, it's really hard to kind of rate them yet until we see.
I think I know where I would rank the series though. So far, it is my least favorite Disney Plus Marvel series so far. 5 episodes in, and I would say I liked every other series at least better than this one.
Well, I think like every other series like had me hooked in by now.
Yeah.
Like,
and they all had very like
different,
very direct like storylines. We understood like we understood like what was like there was a purpose to it. Whereas this, I'm like, there's still like really no purpose other than just introducing a new character. Like really, that's been the only purpose of the show so far.
Yeah. I mean, because even with all the other series, I feel like all the other series have been different from each other, including this one. But yeah, this one still I would put at the bottom as well.
Like even Loki, which I mean, a lot of people really loved Loki.
Yeah, I think we're in the minority on
where it's like Loki, it was okay. It was just really complicated, but even that complicatedness was so far been better than this.
Yeah, I mean, because again, like you knew the kind of like end goal. Like
we didn't know exactly like how the story was going to progress, but we understood like why what was happening and like why it was happening and what the purpose of the show was. Whereas this like we're just
meeting a character. That's
like we just feel like there's nothing significant about what's happening right now.
And I feel like you could probably do that more with like an established character where you're just like, we're just going to do a series that's just fun, like them kind of,
You could, but like
in trying to do an introduction,
you have to really do something. You have to really make it really entertaining and really just an enjoyable show if you're going to take that approach. And this doesn't hit that mark. Like I mean, there are certain aspects I like about it, but I'm not just like walking away being like, wow, man, that was just like a really just like fun episode to watch. It's just like, man, like there's it's funny and there's certain things about it.
They could have done that with WandaVision, like take out her trapping those people in there and all that. If they just did like an episode in each decade. Like, I still would have freaking enjoyed that show.
I mean, I would have enjoyed it, but I mean, obviously not nearly as much. I feel like I still would have wanted that, like, kind of like purpose or reasoning behind it. And I guess maybe the word I'm looking for is stakes. I mean, I don't really like using that word because people use that a lot. Like, oh, You know,
There's no stakes. Like
yeah,
there's no,
I was like saw people complaining about like Black Widow the other day and being like, oh, you know,
there's no stakes. So
it was bad because you know we already knew you know how her story ended in Endgame, and now this came after the fact, so there was no stakes. And I'm just like, you know, they're like not like the other movies, and I'm like, really? I'm like did you really expect Iron Man to die in Iron Man 1, or Captain America to die in Captain America 1, or Thor to die in Thor? I
mean, you know,
I was like,
Cap
no.
died in the first one until the end credit scene. So
I was like, no. Anyway, that's a whole other topic. You know, I was about to go into a whole like rant about it, but anyways, but you know, I'm like, there is no stakes in this show. Like, I'm just like, so far there hasn't really nothing significant has happened to where I would ever even need to watch this show again, as far as like the MCU is concerned. Whereas, you know, even all the other Disney Plus shows, even you know, Falcon and Winter Soldier, even like What If, I feel like has more to play into the larger narrative than this one does. I mean, this one it just has a bunch of cameos and stuff, which is tying it in. But I'm like, even those cameos don't really hold that much weight as far as the overall narrative of the MCU.
Yeah, I mean, no, I get all that. You know, I think also too with the other shows they introduce characters that you liked, and while I like her assistant, I don't really care about any of the characters.
No, I don't care about her boss. I don't care about any of the guys she's dated. I don't care. You know, I mean, I care about Wong, but you know.
But he was already existing. Like I'm talking about people that were
new
like
characters,
brand new characters.
And if I never saw her friend again, like if you know if She-Hulk just started appearing in other things, movies and other TV shows and whatnot, and like we just never saw her like best friend again, like I wouldn't really be all that upset by it. Whereas
the best new character is
but not where you think.
Yeah, is it Madison?
Yeah. I'd be a little bit more upset if I never saw her again.
I know. I'm like, that stupid character became, you know, was actually like. Whereas, I really liked her.
Whereas, like Black Widow, like it wasn't a perfect movie by any means.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if they were just like, yeah, I'm like, if they were just like, okay, well that was it, like you know, we're never gonna see any of these characters again. I'd be like, no, like I want to see Elena again. Like you're not just introducing her.
I want to see Elena. I want to see Melina. I want to see Red Guardian.
Not so much for me as for Melina or whatever her name is.
Oh, I liked the mom as well.
I mean, she was fine, but like if I never saw her again, I wouldn't have shed any tears. But Elena for sure, and Red Guardian, you know, was good in small quantities. I feel like if they overdo it, then I might kind of lose some of that, but we'll see.
I don't know. Now we're just talking about Black
I know. Now we're like we've been talking for so long. Like, nobody's still watching.
But
this.
Yeah, so let us know what you guys thought. Oh, air conditioning just came on. Let us know what you guys thought in the comments. Like, subscribe, and thank you for watching.